Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Saturday, January 4th, 2024. So, did you do the crossword?
Boy, did I do the crossword.
Oh, yes? Did you do the crossword?
I did do this crossword.
Okay. I thought you were
and
asking.
I was really proud of myself when I got it done.
And that's because?
That's because there weren't very many black squares. And it was a real challenge for me and my counterpart, who is helping me this week while he's home. We enjoyed it, though. It was a fun puzzle.
Right.
But it was certainly a challenge.
Well, we should point out that this crossword was by Sam Ezersky. And I looked at the name on the marquee and thought, I may as well just give up now.
No.
And because, I mean, he's sort of like the last couple. I know the last one destroyed one of my streaks.
Oh.
And just had all sorts of problems with it. This one, it was starting off to look the same way. And then I got a foothold somewhere and just dug and dug and dug from there. And realized this was not Sam Ezersky at his hardest. I'm convinced that Will went up to Sam and said, Sam, I need a tough Wednesday crossword. And that's how he was able to dial it down to get a doable Saturday.
You think?
That's my theory. I have no proof of this hypothesis, but that is my supposition. Did you have any particularly difficult areas, or? Well,
like you, we just couldn't get anything much at all in the top of the puzzle. And I think the first one that we knew for sure was maybe, I can't even remember which one it was. I think it might have been vape, 30 across, head shop purchase nowadays. We knew that was vape.
Boy.
But other than that, we hadn't gotten anything. We had put cask at 10 across, which was red container, maybe. And I said, I think they're probably talking about wine. And so then my helper said, maybe it's cask. That's 4 letters. So we put it in, and then we took it out, and then we put it back in. And then 19 across, that one, sauce named after a steward for Louis XIV. And I was pretty sure it started with a B because of 8 down, maker of the 900 in 94 and then N3 in 99. I thought, those got to be cars, and it's 4 letters. So the only one I could think of, I knew it wasn't Ford because Ford doesn't have numbers. So I thought, well, maybe it's Saab or Audi. But so I thought it might be a B.
Right.
So I put in Béarnaise sauce, but it turned out to be bechamel sauce. But anyway, so those are the kinds of things we were doing up there, but not much. It wasn't until we got to the lower part of the puzzle where we had a few more ideas of what answers could be, and some of them turned out to be right. Thank goodness. So.
Well, I think I started off in the top right because 12 down, L or M, but not N or O. I'm like, that looks like size, and it was size.
Yeah.
And the one next to it, collapse with over, was keel over.
Right.
So I had the SK, so that gave me cask. And, I had, I sort of, and then I had the EL of bechamel, and I thought, there's some sort of a French sauce. Bechamel. But I didn't know how to spell it. And so it took me a while to sort of get that straightened out. Also in that area, 15 down, things sent from some online accounts. I had schemes like, sort of a hacker might send some sort of a scheme to try and get some IDs from or some information from someone, but it turned out to be e-checks.
Right.
I like 33 across. What goes around in the Pacific? Lay.
Yes. We put rim there, like the Pacific Rim.
Sure.
But no, it was lay.
And I thought it was cruel that right in the middle, he had this long answer, 11 down. David Stern's successor as NBA commissioner, Adam Silver. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I'm like, come on. But this is a Sam Ezersky puzzle. Right. I have to expect at least some. But the crosses, recording and nits were VHS. That took me a while. But I guessed at 28 down, writer of 1929's Letters from a Father to His Daughter While in Prison, Nehru. Mm-hmm. And so I had the H, and I thought, I think it might be VHS. Mm-hmm. So I got that.
We didn't. What did we put? DVD, I think, for a while. But then 42 across was one I got right away. It was development area. And I'm like, I bet it's uterus.
Wow.
Development area. Oh, and it was. So we had that U at the end. And then I think we maybe, what was it?
How about 39?
We had 39 across. That was a very interesting clue. Name combined with EL, EG, or ENGL. And it was Bert, Albert, Egbert, or Engelbert.
Yeah.
So we had the RU, and I said, I bet that's Nehru. And it was.
Yes.
And then we got Lay, and then we got VHS after all of that. So, yeah.
31 across was language spoken in northern New York. So my first thought was going to be French because it fitted. And I thought, northern New York, you run into Quebec. Uh-huh. And so maybe they speak French there. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to invent a language called Ojibwe.
Ojibwe.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Ojibwe. Ojibwe. Isn't that a language? Ojibwe?
I'm not sure.
You're not familiar with Ojibwe? I'm a fluent speaker.
Oh.
No, I think, isn't that a Native American tribe?
I don't know if that's how it's spelled, but yeah, that sounds kind of like the Native American tribe name.
So I had that. Turned out it was Mohawk.
Mohawk, yeah.
So I had none of the right letters, at least in the right positions.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I figured it was some kind of Native American language. And so I was thinking Mohican, because I'm pretty sure the Mohican Indians were up there somewhere in New York, but it turned out to be Mohawk.
Yeah. I mean, I thought French. I thought Acadia, because that just sounded like a good word to think. Uh-huh. 35, right beneath that, 35 across supports was upholds.
Yes.
It took me a bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, all of these took me a bit. Mm-hmm. 35 down, premium service with discounts on rides was Uber One.
Right.
That I eventually got, I think I got enough. I had the NE and was able to sort of write it backwards to get Uber One.
Right, yeah. Yeah, we had the one, but once we got uphold, then we thought about Uber Ones. Mm-hmm. But that cross was 6 down, which took us forever. Ancient figure called the Huey Tulatonani by his subjects. I know I didn't pronounce that correctly, but Aztec emperor.
I got emperor first.
Yes, we did too. We didn't know what kind of emperor, but to me it looked Hawaiian, so I wanted to put King Kamehameha, but that didn't quite work.
Well, it was ancient, so I just went for Aztec. Mm-hmm. 21 across, Hit Entertainment Org in Vegas, and I thought, okay, it's got to be something. First, I had WWE.
Oh, uh-huh.
Like World Wrestling Entertainment. I think that's what that stands for. And then I had, I think I might have had MFA, or let's see, MM. I was thinking MMA, Mixed Martial Arts, but I don't think that's really an organization.
Right.
And then at some point I had the F and the C, and I thought, it's KFC. I don't know why KFC would be a hit. Uh-huh. I mean, they sell chicken, right, but it turned out to be UFC.
Right.
Which undoubtedly stands for something.
Yes, it does. It stands for the Ultimate Fighting Championship, which is a company that provides entertainment in Las Vegas.
Have you ever gone to any of their matches?
I have not. I have never heard of it, but our youngest had, so he got that one for us.
Speaking of things I haven't heard of, 23 across, historic founder of the Shakers was Ann Lee.
Yes, that's correct.
You knew that?
I knew it was a woman. I couldn't remember her name, but then once I got an N and an E, I'm like, oh, it's Ann Lee. I remembered it was like a short name, and that she was a very charismatic woman that started the Shakers.
I guess if you're going to start a religion, that you have to be charismatic.
Yes,
probably
I think
goes with the territory.
I think so, but yes, Ann Lee, I did get that.
We also had 23 down, portmanteau term for airplane fuel. And I thought, well, it's going to be Jet A or kerosene, but it turned out to be avgas.
Is that just aviation gas?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's avgas it's another name for it is 100 low lead. Uh-huh. It's a low leaded fuel that a lot of GA aircraft use.
Uh-huh. I like the one next to it, 24 down. Traffic figure, in brief, narco.
Yes.
Definitely.
There were some other hard, if we work our way up to the top left, I couldn't get any traction there at all. Mm-hmm. One across home in the country, ? And it was U.S. Embassy.
Right. Uh-huh.
That was tough.
That was very tough. Yeah, like I said, we didn't get anything up there for a long time. But
4 down was also a real head scratcher. Mm-hmm. Let me try this one more time. Ochlocracy. Ochlocracy.
We had no idea how to pronounce that.
Ochlocracy? Ochlocracy. It was usually democracy, so it would be ochlocracy, I think, by another name. Mob rule. I'm definitely going to call it mob rule since I can't pronounce ochlocracy. No, even then I got it wrong. How embarrassing. We'll just move on to the next one. Take care. 5 down was be safe.
That is correct.
That one I got. Mm-hmm. And let's see, 9 down, join the team was yoke.
Yoke, yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Truly awful. 46 across was the worst.
Yep.
And we had a few other. The clues were not nearly as difficult as Sam is capable of. I am convinced that he was holding back.
Well, I don't know. There were some kind of obscure ones, but one that I actually knew that really helped us in the middle was 26 down. Tiny swine was a shout. My farm upbringing let me know that, except I was thinking it was spelled with a CH, not an SH.
Right.
So we had C up there for a while, but then we changed it.
Yeah, I had no idea. I started off with Piggy.
Oh, well, that's what I called him when I was a little girl. Mm-hmm.
I like we had 26 across. Totally didn't see that one coming. Sarcastically was shocking.
Yes.
And then I think we had some other sort of slangy expression of the same caliber. But I'm not seeing it right now, so we'll just move on.
Well, 50 across was funny. Fudge substitute. Darn it.
Yes. Yeah, that was good.
Instead of oh fudge, darn it.
We had 18 across. Shopping meccas of old. Agorae.
Yes.
Agorae.
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be agora or agoras, but I guess that's a plural form.
Apparently.
The one above it, alternative to a chop or shank. It's just like, oh, great, it's meat. Mm-hmm. But it turned out to be lamb steak.
That's correct.
I got the steak first.
Yes, we did too.
And then I had it starting with an L, so I thought loin steak.
Me too.
That's really? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I feel better about that.
Uh-huh.
And then the one above it, 14 across, second woman after Catherine Bigelow to win a Best Director Oscar in 2020 was CHLOEZHAO.
That's correct.
Boy, I didn't know that either. Uh-huh. There was a lot I didn't know in that corner, but
yeah, I know. We got nothing for a long time up there, but eventually it worked out.
Well, I think this is a great crossword, though.
It was good.
I think Sam can write some amazing clues, and it is for that reason that we are awarding him this week's Jam Katwa. So our Jam Katwa, as listeners know, as frequent listeners know, is our attempt to identify the best crossword of the week.
The Gene and Mike
Crossword of the Week Award. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. And we went back through the crosswords of the week. We looked at each one in painstaking detail and debated and discussed and finally decided this was the best.
Yep.
So, well done, Sam.
Yep.
If you feel so inclined, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, and we will have some lovely Northeast Wisconsin swag and a T-shirt. Include your T-shirt size and mailing address.
And a certificate.
Yes, and we will also be providing a signed Jam Cutwa certificate.
You betcha.
All right. Well, I think that is it for today. So thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back again with our cutting-edge analysis of Sunday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.